だってあの人あんなにデブじゃないよ普通この目白すごいデブな
でも綺麗色が綺麗になったよ
目白ね、
My name is Lucas and I run Nihai Media Japan.
I'm Kaori Sakurai and I'm making magazine together and okay.
Yeah, for a long time now, right? For about
Yeah.
since '96 or 13 years maybe. When I first came to Japan, I didn't speak any Japanese, so one of the first words I learned was Nihai, is a Japanese way of ordering 2 beers. So if you go drinking with a friend, you say Nihai, and you get 2 beers will appear. So, but because I didn't speak Japanese, and I just remembered the sound, and the easy way was to remember sounds in English. I like the idea that Nihai is not kind of thinking in terms of being really big, because it's as high as your knees.
Like a beginner situation.
Yeah, kind of beginner, always being a kind of a beginner situation. Yeah.
So, when I was university student, and then at the time it's after bubble.
Yeah,
bubble.
after the bubble. Yeah.
So it's very difficult to get a job.
Yeah.
So
in Japan.
In Japan.
Yeah.
So and then I think then most of people start 就職活動なんていう
Yeah, looking for jobs.
Yeah, looking for a job.
まだ3年生
2年生
2年生
The end of
second year
second,
in college.
Yeah,
Then people will, they all buy black or gray suits, and they go off on very specific times. All the companies have interviews with thousands of people at the same time, and they call them in by like 10 at a time or whatever. So it's like that's how everyone looks for jobs in general up to now. And you didn't want to do that.
So
right?
yeah.
She didn't want to participate in that.
Why?
I don't understand that. なんだろうね
You didn't understand why people are doing that?
Yeah.
We're very loose. I think the way we approach the company is, and when you're really loose, it works well for people that are can kind of really do a good job at organizing themselves and kind of figuring out on their own what needs to be done and how to do it. But for people that kind of need to be led like every step of the time, or need to be told like this is what you need to do at this time, it's probably almost frustrating. We have 5 people if you include us now, and pretty much everybody does everything. I don't know if that's just because we're a small company, or if that's because that's how we're running our company specifically. I know in bigger publishing companies you have editors and they just edit, and you have writers and they just write, and you have sales staff and they just go and sell. But with us, it's if everybody does everything. So you edit, you write, you go and sell advertising, you come up with ideas for the magazine. So with a small company, I think it's not necessarily the name that's representing you, but what you're doing, and if you're enjoying doing that. So for me, it's kind of seems very unnatural doing something that you wouldn't want to do. I think if there was like some way to work for a company, doing what you wanted to do, then that's a great fit. And in that case, it probably doesn't matter if it's your own company or not. I think one of the things that's also maybe one of the problems with our company is that a lot of companies start because they want to be companies and they want to run businesses. But that was never from the start. It was always, we love magazines and we want to make magazines and we want to do media that we like to do. And because we're running the business in Japan and I'm a foreigner, it works to your advantage sometimes because you are different. People are interested. Japanese people are really interested in learning about different cultures. But at the same time, when it comes down to business and money and opening bank accounts and borrowing money and signing contracts and stuff like that, then you become somebody who they're not quite sure if you should trust them or not trust them. And in Japan, kind of building that trust is like probably the most important thing to do in business in Japan. Besides having a good idea, you've got to have a lot of trust with people. So I think by having a Japanese person also involved as a partner in the project, it gives a feeling of security, I think, to people that we do business with. because they know that that person is from the same culture as that they are, and the kind of subtle nuances that happen on a daily basis, that person will understand, and if there's some kind of problem or whatever, then they can talk to that person. But I also think for us, being a husband and wife also gives us two different viewpoints on things, being a man and a woman as well. So I think that double culture aspect and the double gender aspect really works well. And our work starts really early, 9:30, which in the publishing business in Japan is like, no one believes us. It's like, because everyone usually starts after lunch. It's kind of the norm. But everyone works until like 4 or 5 in the morning. But we go home like usually around 9:30 or so. So that was something we did like 6 years ago. We were gonna start really early because I think our brains seem to work better in the morning. So.
And then you were old.
Yeah, we got old.
And then after Tokion.
Yeah, after Tokion. And then we'll have lots of meetings.